Hello and welcome to my channel on the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today let's find out what's been on the hook. All week I've been working on this plain Jane tee, and I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, I want to welcome all my subscribers to my channel and also new viewers. I hope that you'll click the subscribe button and the bell so that you'll know when I release a video. I try to do it every Monday and Thursday. And a small note about that, I'll be off next week. I won't be here, so if you want to, you can watch an older video. I have 350 videos out there, all different types of subjects, and you can take a look at those. They're mostly all about, 99% of them are about crochet. So if you're a crocheter, you might hit one of those links. Now, I know that one of my more popular videos is the one about the crochet hooks. And I went back and looked at it the other day, and I thought my attitude has not changed one bit from that. So if you're looking for a good crochet hook, be sure to watch that video, and I will put a link to it at the end of this video. And I'll think of another one that I'll put up here maybe last Mondays, because a week from this coming Monday, when I come back, we will select a winner for a couple of giveaways that we're having. So you might want to watch that and sign up for it in the comments section as well. Now, one note that I wanted to bring to you is that the crochet surprise box that we selected a winner for on Monday, I've not heard from Jack and Sheila Weber. So Jack and Sheila Weber, or Sheila or Jack or whoever you are, be sure to send me your mailing address to my email address, which is Jeannie@onthehookcrochet.com. That's Jeanne. And a lot of people say you don't know my name, and that is my name. I'm Jeannie, and I'm the host of this program. All right, and that's Jack and Sheila Weber, so be sure to send me your address. Also, Gail Eppel, who won the Paint by Number Floral Fantasy. I have not heard from Gail. Now, if either of you have sent me an email and I missed it, I apologize. Please resend it to me today if you can, so that I can get those in the mail to you as soon as possible. A quick shout out to a friend of mine I saw at lunch yesterday. Her name is Dot, and she actually said she watches my show. Now, I don't know anyone in my circle of friends that watches this show. Now, maybe they do, but they don't say anything to me about it. But she came up to me at lunch yesterday and said that she watched my videos. So thank you, Dot. I appreciate you being here. And every now and then, somebody will say they've seen a video of mine, but generally my family and friends, they don't watch my videos. So for those of you who come back every video and watch me, I really appreciate you. Y'all are my favorite people in the world. You're my subscribers, and I so appreciate every comment that you make. I appreciate all of those, and even all the questions that I get, all the comments that I get, all the blessings that I get from y'all. So I appreciate all of those from you wonderful subscribers. All right, now we're going to talk about what I have on. As promised, I'm wearing my plain Jane tee with the window edging, and I'll get up real close and show this to you in a second. I made this with a Karen cotton cake in the grayscale colorway. It's a beautiful colorway. It's all light and dark kind of grays, a little bit of a stone color in there. So it's not extremely stripy, but it is stripy, and I have to show you that here in a second. And I did some color correcting when I went to add the edging to the hem of the plain Jane tee. This is what I rolled off because it was a little bit too light, and I didn't want the edging to be a bright white as you went around the bottom. I didn't want to draw attention to it too much. I wanted it to be a little bit of a darker color. So I rolled off that, and I can always use that in a different garment if I want to, but I saved that and I put it on top of my yarn cake, and so I know where it is. So let's take a look at the plain Jane tee. Well, here I am with the plain Jane tee. This is a brand new tee made from the Karen cotton cake, and it has the window edging around the neckline, and I also put it around the sleeves and the hem. And if you'll notice, the hem is not done in a light color. I did color correct that. It wasn't hard. I just pulled out of the cake until I came to the right color, and then I started using that. So this is what it looks like from the back. I'm just wearing this with some white jeans. It's a very comfortable outfit, and I'm trying to be in summer, so I went with the white jeans instead of black or dark navy. and I thought this made it a little bit more of a summer look. Now what I did with this also, I added a sleeve that was not in the plain Jane tee, and I'll tell you in a minute how I did that. But I also added the window edging on the sleeve around the neck, and I did lots of different things around the neck, and I will tell you about that as well. So I wanted to just show you the full view of this. This is a little bit of a boxy look. It's the same size exactly as my original plain Jane tee. So the pink tee that y'all have seen me wear before, it's the same exact size and the same yarn, only this yarn didn't color the same way. This is more of a stripy yarn. So let me get up here and we'll talk about it a little bit more. As you can see, I made the window edging around the neckline of this tee. I made the window edging around it, but I also expanded the neckline. So let me tell you how I did that in just 1 minute. I also added a sleeve, which is almost to the elbow, a little bit above, maybe an inch or two above the elbow. And then I added the window edging right there. And I decreased a little bit at the top of the sleeve right in there so that it would lay down on my arm. There's the other sleeve. Now, I know the sleeves are not the same color, but they do actually, this one kind of moves through the light colored stripe. This one kind of moves through to the medium gray stripe. So I left it, and you know, I don't know if I like it or not. I think I like it just fine because the colors are not that far from each other, not that much different from each other. So I left it the way it was because it was a stripy yarn. And y'all have heard me talk about this before. The stripes are dark at the bottom, and they kind of lined up pretty well, actually. Enough to satisfy me to be able to wear this anywhere I want to wear it. Now, my plan is to wear this summer and into the fall, as I talked about before. And I'll probably wear it with a black skirt to church. I'll wear it with black pants to dress up in a different way. I can wear it with jeans just to really dress it down. Or like today, I'm wearing it with white jeans, a little bit dressier, kind of a going out to lunch outfit. So those are some of the ways I'll be wearing this top. It's very, very comfortable. It's just like the pink top. It breathes because there's plenty of room for air to move through the stitches, but it's not a top that you have to wear a tank top with. So let me tell you how I did the neckline. On the original plain Jane tee, I decreased 3 times on each side, every other row for 3 times. So on this one, I decreased 4 times, and that brought the neckline farther out onto my shoulder. So then when I added the neckline edging, the neck was still quite open here, and that was my intent. I wanted to be sure that the neckline was quite open so that I could breathe. And this is summer top, and also that I could add a wide edging to it and still keep that open feeling here and at the top of the neck and the back. I did a window row, which is right here. Y'all can see that. I did a window row, and then the row above that is half double crochet, and that row has some decreases in it because I wanted to bring the neckline in just a little bit. So I decreased 2 times, one here and one here at each corner right here, and then one in the center back. So I did a 3 decrease row of half double crochets. On the next row, I did a single crochet with 8 decreases, and that would be 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. I did all 3 here, okay? Then I did 1 on either side of the shoulder seam, and then I did 1 or 2 at the back, whatever it takes to make 8 decreases. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did 1 in the middle of the back. So that was the single crochet row above the window row right here. So it's right there above the window row. And then I did another single crochet row with 3 decreases, and that would be 1 here, probably these 3 right here, 1, 2, 3. Yes, I think that's how I did it. And then I went around it again with just a row of single crochet, and I used a smaller hook. So I went to a J hook. I dropped down to a J hook in order to do that last row around the neckline so that it would pull that neckline in. Make sure that you try on your sweater. I tried it on 4 times, once for each row, and I decided which places I needed to decrease, and that's where I put the decreases. They don't show, and you can certainly use as many as you need in order to get the neckline to lay flat against your chest. You don't want it to be gaping, or gapping as some people call it, in the middle of the back or in the middle of the front. So you don't want that to happen. So that's how I did the neckline. And then on the sleeve, I added a row around after I sewed this seam, I added a row around. Okay, that was a half double crochet. And I counted the number of stitches and I wrote it down so that I could do the same number over here. You see the sleeves are exactly the same size. You don't want to make one sleeve tight and the other one loose. So you count that number of stitches, that first row, as you add on to your sweater. So you're going to add on this much of a sleeve right here. The first row was a half double crochet. I had a decrease on each side of the shoulder seam, so one here and one here, just wherever you think is appropriate. But it brings that sleeve in so that your circle is a little bit smaller here. Gives you plenty of room here, and then you're going to bring it down because this part of your arm is probably not as wide as this part, obviously, so it's going to be needing to come down just a little bit. Now if you don't need decreases in there, don't put them there. But the top of my arm is a little bit small, so I decided to do that. So I crocheted 2 decreases into that very first row. And then I half double crocheted for 5 rows, just around and around and around. I did not do any decreasing, so I did 5 rows of half double crochet. And then I did the window row, then I did a half double crochet row, and then 3 single crochet rows. I did not change my hook size for the sleeve. So that's how I did that. You can take that pattern and do all kinds of things with it. The plain Jane tee. And my next one, if I do make another one, it might be a fall version, and I might bring the sleeve down a little bit longer, maybe put a rib at the bottom or a special edging. And then I might make it out of a beautiful kind of an orange or a rust or something like that. That might be the next one that I make. And they're just all kinds of ways that you can make this top and be different from the last top that you made. So this is my number 4 tee that I've made from that particular pattern. I've used a bulky weight cotton, I've used a Caron cake twice, and then I used the Monet, it was a number 4 yarn, but it was a multicolored, kind of a variegated color. So all those plain Jane tees are different looking, and they have different edgings as well. And this one I used the window edging, and that comes along right with the pattern, so you'll know how to do it. Now with these changes that I made, if you have a pencil, go back in the video and listen to me, write them down if that's what you want to do. But each plain Jane tee is going to be a little different for each person. That's why I give you all this leeway to make changes to the pattern. In crochet, it's very easy to make changes to a neckline or a sleeve edging. It's not difficult at all. You just make a decision and then do the other side exactly the same. You have to do that. And then around the hem, I used the window edging around the hem just like I did on the sleeve. So it pulls that design together here, here, and here, all the same. And it really gives your sweater a nice finished look. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this. I've really enjoyed making this one. I think I'm going to move on and finish my next project, and let me tell you what that's going to be. All right, I have a work in progress, and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I've made some progress on it. I only work at it when I'm in the living room. It's my living room sweater, and I am going to write a pattern for this, and hopefully I can finish this fairly soon. And I'm actually crocheting the sleeves right into it. Unlike this kind, this is adding the sleeves on after you sew the shoulder seam. On this one, you crochet the sleeves all the way out to the length you want them, and then you crochet back and forth till you finish this particular side of the sweater, and you do the same on the back. So this is the beautiful U sweater. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. I may just call it that. But this is the one in pink, and I'm about halfway through with the, I'll just probably make this the front of the sweater so that I can get everything just right, and then I'll just make the back as fast as I can. But this is what it looks like. It's turning out so pretty. There is that tiny little design element that I talked about the other day. This is the design element at the bottom, and I will use this at the bottom of the sleeve. Maybe, oh man, I probably won't do that. now that I think about it, but I will use it at the bottom of the sweater and maybe around the neck. But it's just it's just a V-stitch row. It just kind of adds a little bit of interest to the bottom of the fabric. So that is the beautiful U sweater that I'm making. It's just like the red one that I made before, and it's beautiful, beautiful, so comfortable. I think I've worn that one almost too much. It's becoming worn. I'm not sure if that's just because I have washed it. I don't know why, but I love the yarn though. It's very, very comfortable, and it's very beautiful when you crochet it, and it has very good stitch definition as well. So it's really pretty when you stitch it up. Now, that is my work in progress for this week, and I've really spent a lot of time on this plain Jane tee to get it finished so I could wear it today and show it to you and tell you what I did with it to make it different. So I just wanted to show you that, and now let's move on. One of my lovely subscribers named Gloria, she received a mystery box from Moore's, I believe it was, and it had some King Cole yarn in it, and she offered to send it to me, and I said I would pay for it, so I'm paying for it. But this is several skeins of yarn that are all King Cole, but they're not the same as each other. So I wanted to show these to you because these are all the different kinds of yarn you can get that have the King Cole brand. I really like King Cole. You can get it, I think, at Love Crafts, I believe, in the States. And Moore's, I believe, also ships from the United States. You don't have to pay too much for shipping, but this is the colorway Denim in King Cole Splash, which is a DK weight yarn, and very pretty shades of blue and some little pops of pink in there. I just thought that was really pretty. Now, because I only have one ball of all of these, most all of these, they might end up being in either a giveaway, or they might be a hat or a cowl, something like that. Obviously, don't have a sweater quantity of these, but I love to look at the different colors, and it's given me a chance to see the different types of yarn too, because I usually use the King Cole in the Drifter brand, or the Drifter type, and this is Splash by King Cole. So that's double knitting. That's a size 3 yarn. Very, very pretty. And thank you, Gloria. Now, this one, I have 3 other balls of this already, and I was excited to see this because I really needed one more ball to feel comfortable making a sweater. So this is the color Naples, and it's also a bulky yarn. This is the Drifter yarn in Chunky, they call it, Chunky. And it's a size 5. That would be my guess. It's a size 5. But it'd be a very fast sweater pattern. This would be very fast in sweater. I don't know how it crochets up yet. It looks like it might be a little stripy. I don't know. I'll have to check it and see what it looks like. And either just let it go and be stripy, or give it away in a giveaway. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. The first colorway is called Denim. This is called Naples, and I did like this, and I bought some of it, and thank you, Gloria, for sending me this extra skein, so that will come in handy. This is Drifter Chunky as well. Very sweet, light colors, and this is called Rome, and that is like a teal color and some pinks in there. Very, very pretty. Pretty, pretty. That would make a pretty hat, I think, for maybe late spring or early spring. That's a very pretty color of yarn, and I like the Chunky. It's kind of soft. It's soft, a little softer than the DK. So just things I'm finding out about King Cole. Here's another skein of Splash, and it's double knitting as well. This is the colorway is Charcoal, and it's white with gray and little tiny specks of pink in there. And very similar to this Denim, which is blue and white and little spots of pink in there. It looks like the same pink color. So I like that as well. Here's another one. This is a little bit brighter than I usually buy, but I like it. It's called Candy Floss, and this is the Splash double knitting as well, a size 3. And that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's pretty colors in there. They're pretty light. They're very much summer colors. Beautiful. Just beautiful. I think Gloria probably told me why this is not a full skein. It's cute. This would be good mixed into a blanket or something, I think, you know, is like a little mini or something. This is this is Drifter as well. This is a double knit, and the shade is Rhode Island. So let's look at that. That is a pretty shade as well. It's similar to this one, but not really. See, I thought that was similar, but it's not. This is really actual coral, and this is actually coral and teal and a dark coral, almost a red. That's really pretty. I like that. There's not really enough in here to do a whole lot with, but I like to look at the colors. And so that is the last skein that I got. I just wanted to thank Gloria for that. She was very sweet to write me and ask me first. So y'all don't just send me yarn, and I don't have room for everybody's yarn. I don't know if you even send it to me, but I appreciate Gloria sending that to me. All of these are new skeins except for this one. I don't know why. Maybe that's just something from her stash. I'm not sure. I wanted to show you those skeins of yarn from the King Cole line. This is one of my favorites. I like King Cole as an acrylic. Now this splash, let me just tell you what's in it. It's 100% acrylic, and there are 320 yards on there, so that's quite a bit. It's a DK weight, so 320 yards is a lot. You wouldn't need more than maybe 3 skeins of this to make a sweater. I mean, there's a lot of yardage on here. So some of my favorites though are the chunkies, because they just crochet so fast and they're so pretty when you crochet with a big yarn. I just really like the looks of it, especially if you use a big enough hook. You don't want to make it so tight that it's just a real thick sweater. You want to make sure that there's some movement between stitches so that you're not just in like a blanket. You don't want it to be that tight. So that's a little tip. When you're making a sweater from a chunky yarn or even a size 4, you don't want to make it so tight and the stitches so tight together that there's no drape. You have to have a little bit of drape. This has a little bit of drape. I would have preferred it to have a little more because it is a kind of a boxy sweater. But what I mean by drape is when you hold your arms up and then you fold them down, that this would hug your body just a little better. And it's okay, it's not a problem. I just wanted to show you that because drape means everything. This is a sweater with a lot of drape. If you hold it up like this and then you give it a little push, you can see the drape in there. See how easy that is to move? This fabric is not like that. It keeps its shape pretty much. So you have to be careful not to make it too big. You want to make it just a little bit bigger than you. So if you want a boxy sweater, I don't think I had too much ease in here, maybe 8 inches of ease all the way around the bottom. So that is quite a bit, but it's a summer sweater and it's supposed to be comfortable. So that's how I went with that. But this is one with a lot of drape and I'm excited about this. I'm going to finish this right away. I have not worked on my beautiful soft linen tee in a while. Like I said, I gave it up for a while and then Christy sent me some yarn, so I'm good to go. And this is a huge sweater. Look how big that is. This is extremely boxy. Look at that. This is where I am and this is the ends of the fabric. So I'm looking at probably 12 inches of ease in this particular sweater. It does have good drape though. See, it has pretty good drape. It's not hard to move, but there again, it's going to be fairly heavy. So it's probably going to be more of a fall top than a summer top. And you can change your yarn for that. You can make it out of a little bit smaller yarn even. That's a pretty small yarn. But you can make it out of a fingering weight and it might drape just a little bit better. I think on Monday, a week from Monday, I might wear, if I don't have something else finished, I might wear a sweater with fingering yarn and I'll show you how that drapes. And one of my favorite sweaters in my closet is a sweater made from wool fingering. I actually wore it yesterday to lunch, a completely wool sweater made from fingering yarn, and it was so comfortable. I think, and I've read this, that the longer you wear it, your body heat warms up that wool and it makes it very soft and smooth. And I've noticed that after I've had this sweater on for about an hour, I noticed that it feels differently. It doesn't feel the same as it did when I first put it on. And when I first put it on, I think, oh, that's kind of scratchy. And then later on, it's not scratchy anymore. It's warmed up and it's gotten soft. And that's the wonder of wool. I love wool, but this is also cotton, so I'm okay with that. I think it's cotton and acrylic. A little bit of each. I think it's half and half, 60 cotton, 40 acrylic. So it's mostly cotton, and it feels like cotton. It's very smooth. It's cool to wear. You wouldn't want to wear it on a 100-degree day, but it is pretty much appropriate for any time of the year, honestly. You could wear this under a blue jean jacket or something like that. So anyway, I just wanted to bring those few things to you today. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I will be back a week from Monday, so be sure to watch some of my other videos if you want to. Be sure to like those and like this video as well. You can also share my videos, which helps me so much when you share with a crochet friend or your sister or your aunt or somebody else that you want to see the video. And if it's at all entertaining, you can send it to somebody and just say, hey, take a look at this. You might want to subscribe. So thank you so much for doing that. It helps me so much on my videos, and YouTube sees that as somebody who maybe really liked my video and even shared it. So that means a lot to YouTube. And then they promote my videos, and that helps me having more content for y'all. As you know, I'm making a diamond painting and a paint by number. So maybe I'll be working on that next week when I have a moment. I'm not sure that I will, because I will have my grandsons here. So we'll see. But anyway, there's my phone going off, so I better go. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week next week. Enjoy your week and do something crafty. Do something beautiful and crafty next week. So, and I will see you a week from Monday. So join me then, and we'll find out what's on the hook.